Recording in progress.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Javnyuy Joybert, and it's such an honor for me to be here to lead this session with you. Um, the the wake up call. I like the theme or the aim, the objective, the spirit behind it, the wake up call. And I am one of those who believe in early morning rising. I believe in early morning rising. I believe that one of the first steps for you to be ahead of the game and ahead of your own self is for you to be the person who has mastered the ability and tapping into the potentials that the early morning has for you. I have an academy where one of the major things that we do is we run sessions mostly in the morning, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. with members of our academy. And when you are able to master the art of being a step ahead when it comes to having more time to get things done, when it comes to having more time for productivity, when it comes to mastering the art of using time to your own advantage so you can do the things others are not willing or ready to do, so that you can be able to handle the results they are not able to handle. So the session is rebranding yourself for success. Rebranding yourself for success. And I'm going to take branding from a different perspective. I'm going to take branding from an internal perspective. When somebody defines traditional branding to you, they are going to talk about what people perceive about you, the kind of perception that people have about you. But there is another element of branding which is determined by the things that you do, because the kind of brand that you will command throughout 2022 will directly reflect on some things that you do for yourself as a person. There are some things that until you sort them out, until you get them done in your life internally, you will struggle to build a brand that can open doors, to build a brand that can stretch you for success, to build a brand that can take you into the room where opportunities are discussed. Because there are some things that a good brand should do. If you say you have a good brand, there are some things a good brand should help you achieve. A good brand should be result driven, should be success engineered. And for that kind of brand, for you to command that kind of brand, there are some things that you have to do. Quickly, number one of those things you have to do this year to rebrand yourself for success is establish a new dimension of confidence. Establish a new dimension of confidence. What does that mean? Some confidence is defined as how much you believe in your abilities to get things done. But a new dimension of confidence I'm talking about here, I'm talking about combining ability and identity. For you to survive and thrive in 2022 and even beyond for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, you have to understand how to build this new dimension of confidence, where you understand your abilities and you understand your identity. Abilities makes up part of your confidence. Your competence makes up part of your confidence. Until you command a certain level of competence around the things that you do, you will always have issues being confident. And whether you like it or not, as simple and as basic as the word confidence may sound, it is one of the most powerful elements in the journey of success. There are some things that you will not handle until you set out in confidence and get them done. And for your confidence to be intact, your ability to get that thing done should be intact. The kind you need to command excellent competence for you to be confident as a professional. As I said, this new dimension of confidence is combined by two things: ability and identity. Your identity now is who you know you are. Your identity here is talking about your purpose. Your identity here is talking about who you have recognized and who you have accepted to become. Let me tell you, your abilities can wear out with time. Your abilities can wear out as you grow old, but your identity remains intact because your identity is older than you. Your identity was given to you from the day you were born. That's your purpose. So show me somebody who is purposeful and who is massively competent. I will show you somebody who will handle significant results in whatever thing they have decided to do. And that kind of person automatically commands a brand that attracts opportunities and attracts the right people towards them. I always like to say there is something, whether you like me or whether you hate me, there is something you cannot do. You cannot ignore me. That comes from a place of identity. I know who I am. I know what I can do. I know the kind of things I am called to do. So your external opinion just remains your opinion. Your Facebook comment remains under your Facebook comment because my identity remains intact. And as long as I keep increasing and building my competence, my abilities to get the job done will remain intact, and automatically you will always put some respect when my name is mentioned. So you need to master the art of consistently commanding excellent abilities in getting things done. Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a worker? Are you a business person? Whatever you do, that is your responsibility. And you need to know your identity, know what you stand for, know what you represent, something that external opinion cannot decide for you. You are still a baby if what people say about you still determine how you feel, still determine whether you're going to cry or not. In 2022, in this particular dispensation and century, people still cry and rant up and down because somebody said this about him or her. That is arrant nonsense. You don't know what to do with your energy. When you know who you are, you understand your identity, what people say or don't say doesn't really matter. What matters is, who do you say you are? What kind of identity do you command, and what kind of competence do you bring to the table when it's time for competence to speak? Number 2, have a strong inner internal voice. I was talking about part of that already. For you to have a good brand of yourself this year, having a strong internal voice is very important. When the voice on the inside becomes clearer and louder than the opinions on the outside, you have mastered your life to a level that nobody can contend with you. When the voice on the inside, when your voice on the inside becomes clearer, becomes louder, becomes stronger, becomes more determined than the opinions on the outside, you have mastered one of the most critical elements in your success journey. How strong is your internal voice? How strong is your internal decision making? How strong is your thinking pattern? How strong is your lifestyle? So, and for you to have a stronger internal voice, you need to check again, what is your purpose? What are your values? What are those core values that determine your personality and how you live life? What are your life living principles? What are your goals for this year? What are your goals for the next 10 years? What do you have on your life plan? These are things that determine the strength of your internal voice. If you're somebody that people still toast you up and down, you cannot stand and make a decision based on what maybe one of your principles say, then you don't yet have a stronger internal voice. You're somebody that friends still influence you to go get drunk against your will, and you get up in the morning and you regret why that is happening. You don't yet have a strong internal voice. You are the kind of person that you see do things against your will because of people's influence, and at the end when you're done, you have serious regret. Oh, what pushed me to do this? You have an issue with having a strong internal voice. And your brand will be struggling consistently when you have a weak internal voice. You know why? Because you will lack credibility. You will lack honesty. It will automatically replicate on the outside. And what shows on the outside is what will make people to trust you or not. Remember again, a brand is a perception. It's a perception you have about yourself and the perception others have about you. Number 3, do what is required, not what you feel. If you want to win this year, guys, you have to master the art of doing what is required, not what you feel. Many people get to do what they feel, not what is required. Let me tell you something. The marketplace doesn't care how you feel. The national marketplace doesn't care how you feel. The professional world doesn't care how you feel. Their competitors in business don't care how you feel. The only thing that is important is, are you doing what is required? Nobody cares whether you're from a poor family. When it's time to get a job done, get it done. Nobody cares whether you went to school or not. That is your problem. When it's time for interviews and recruitment, they recruit the person who is doing what is required. Nobody cares whether village people are fighting you. That is your problem. You need to do what is required. We need to stop doing what we feel and start doing what the marketplace requires. You're not going to rebrand yourself on feelings. No way. Feelings don't build a brand. It is taking actions towards the right direction and bringing what the table requires that builds the brand for you. You want to get up from bed based on how you feel? You're not going to succeed that way. When it's time to get up from bed, shut the hell up and get out from that bed, because that is what the marketplace requires. Because if you get up from bed at 7 a.m. and 6 a.m., guys have been up at 3 a.m., they are already working 2 hours hard ahead of you. They're already working 2 hours smart ahead of you. Life will only give you what you put in. And you can only put in what is required, not what you feel. So look at your industry. What is required of you? Look at your company, your sector where you do business. What is required from you as a business person, and start doing it. Stop doing things based on feelings. Stop doing things based on pity. Nobody's going to pity you in the marketplace. You will only be rewarded when you do what is required. You will only be celebrated when you do what's required. Especially on the international scene. Those who want to build international careers. When you set out there on the international scene, what you feel doesn't matter. Where you're coming from, that's your problem. What is important is, can you bring on the table, can you bring on the stage what the international scene requires, what the international marketplace requires. Simple. So you need to go beyond doing things based on how you feel and start doing what the marketplace expects of you. Number 4, pay the price for superior knowledge. Pay the price for superior knowledge. One thing that will separate you from others and build a strong brand is the kind of knowledge that you command. Superior knowledge produces superior results. Superior knowledge produces superior performance. Let me tell you, you will rise and fall based on what you know. The only thing separating people that you admire in your industry is because they know things that you don't know. And let me tell you something, superior knowledge is not cheap. It's not cheap. There are some things that if you don't pay the price, you will never handle it. There are some things that if you don't pay some money, you will never get it. There are some things some people can never teach you for free. I'm a full-time consultant and trainer. I travel across the world to speak. There are some things if you don't pay me, I'm never going to teach you. And there are some things I learned if I didn't pay a fee, I wouldn't get to know. And people will always know more than you. You need to have a strong desire to acquire superior knowledge. Your level of performance right now is directly linked to the kind of knowledge that you command. The strength of your bank account right now is linked to the kind of knowledge that you command. Nobody pays for passion. Nobody pays for talent. People pay for value. It is knowledge and skills that create value. Passion and talent doesn't create value. They are still raw material. It is your ability to convert now that talent or that passion into superior knowledge and skill that makes people to pay you. I always ask something funny. Do you think that I was talking to one of my mentees the other day, I know what we're talking about, then I raised something, I asked him a question. So do you think that they get to pay me to travel around different countries and different companies to do the work I do because I speak fluently? No, I don't. Or because I have a loud voice. That's just natural gift. But until I'm able to convert that into superior knowledge and business analysis, business strategies, business expansion and market entries and digital transformation, all of these things that I do for companies, nobody's going to pay me. Talent is not enough and it will never be enough. Talent is equally distributed. Everybody is talented, but the ability to be superior in performance is not equally distributed. It becomes a personal responsibility to do what is required in 2022 so that you can become a superior performer that produces the things that the marketplace requires from you. Stop moving up and down and crying for pity. Nobody really cares, eh? They'll just tell you, Ashia, it is well. And life goes on. But when you start commanding the right authority and commanding the right brand in the marketplace, things start opening up for you. Number 6, for you to rebrand yourself so that you can win, you need to outthink, out-strategize, outperform, and out-result yesterday's self. You need to outthink your yesterday's self. If you are still thinking today the same way you are thinking yesterday, something is wrong with you. You need to outthink your yesterday self. That is your responsibility. You cannot live week after week and you're thinking the same. Month after month, you're thinking the same. Year after year, thinking the same. Something is wrong with you. All the value that you will ever create in your life, start from the kind of thinking that you do. And average thinking will give you average value. Average thinking will give you average manifestation. Number 2, out-strategize. Stop living life out of guesswork. Stop living life out of assumptions. Guesswork doesn't build an incredible life. Guesswork doesn't build a great business. Assumptions don't build a great career. It takes strategy. And you need to always out-strategize. You have to improve the strategy of yesterday. You have to improve the strategy of 2021. You cannot handle incredible results this year by using the same strategies of last year. Do you know why? The industry has changed. Your competitors have changed. They are upping their game. They are bringing their A game to the field. So if you are bringing your B game from 2021, you're going to struggle. You need to out-strategize your yesterday's strategies. Next, you need to outperform. You need to outwork everybody in the room. You need to outwork your yesterday self. Outperform your yesterday self. If last year you read 5 books, this year read 10. Last year you attended 2 seminars, this year attend 5. Last year you were sleeping 9 hours, 7 hours, start sleeping 6 hours so they can have more time to work. But by all means, you need to outperform your yesterday self. You cannot rebrand yourself with average performance. You cannot rebrand yourself with average thinking. You cannot rebrand yourself with average strategies. You will not even make it among the top 1,000 in your industry. You say you have a good brand separates you from majority of players in that same industry. One time in a mentee's WhatsApp group, I asked a simple question. If they come to your city right now, if they come to your town right now, can you be among the top 10, among the top 100 in your industry? In the work that you do? Who will you be? Number 7, I'm very fast. I'm not going into detail because we are against time. Number 7, master the art of completion. Many people are where they are in life because they have incomplete projects everywhere. They started a book, they did not finish it. Started a business, gave up in 2 weeks. Started writing something, stopped in 1 day. Started even like this training. So you started today as day 1. You will not finish it. You have anointing for incomplete projects. But you want a complete life. You want a life full of results. Check last year, you're going to see. Maybe your last year was as terrible as it is because you have so many incomplete tasks everywhere. You don't finish anything that you start. People who have gone places and command a certain level of authority, check them, check their results, check their track record. They start and get it done. Only people who complete tasks get to produce incredible results. Consistently finishing what you promised yourself you would do is one of the greatest talents and attitude of dominance. You start a book, finish it. You start a business, make it work. You go to school, Get a degree, get an advanced level, get a master's. Don't give up. Finish it. It is the culmination of finished projects and tasks that makes you successful. So stop having incomplete projects here and there, but you desire success. And you're innocently blaming your village people. Meanwhile, you're responsible for where you are. Check all the professionals. They are good at completing things with excellence. So every task you start this year, finish it. If this is one singular goal that you can have for yourself, finish whatever I start. This is a very powerful self-resolution that will enable you to achieve things beyond your wildest imagination. Stop having incomplete goals. Stop having beautiful plans when you cannot complete them. They will not take you anywhere. Number 8, acquire and deploy destiny-enabling skills. Acquire and deploy destiny-enabling skills. I have this belief that every human being has these core skills that until they acquire and begin to deploy those set of skills, they will never manifest destiny. There are certain core skills that every human being has to acquire and begin to use them, begin to deploy them. Until before you manifest, you don't just wake up and you manifest destiny without doing certain things. No way. You will keep on having walls and fences that you cannot climb. But one of the best ways that you can beat some certain walls and climb and go to where you want to go, acquire and deploy destiny enabling skills. What are those core skills? There are some things that if you don't have them, you will remain a local champion. You will remain in your family. You will remain in your father's house. You will remain in your village. You will remain in that little town where you are. Until you're able to acquire and deploy destiny-enabling skills, you may have issues manifesting destiny to the way that you desire. Do you know those core skills that you need to acquire so you can win? Then go get it. I'm going to give you some examples. In this particular dispensation, in this 2022 and above, I believe that there are certain skills that until you acquire those skills, you will struggle to manifest destiny. Number 1 is the ability to practice 360-degree communication. That's number 1 skill. 360-degree communication. What does that mean? It means that when it comes to your ability to communicate from you to other people, you master all the art of communication. You can talk well, you can speak well, you can do presentations very well, you can write very well, you can do videos, you can do audios, you can demonstrate something through graphic designs. You can do PowerPoint presentations. You can do TikTok videos. You can do YouTube videos. Anything. That means you have mastered any means of communication in this century. So number 1, if you are here and you cannot design a PowerPoint presentation and use for a session like this, you're already lacking in a destiny-enabling skill. Because where the world is going to, people know how to present things are those that are high performers. It's a high-performing skill. Do you know how to use your phone very well and take a short video, make it look nice, interesting, engaging, and even do a few designs around it and share? People can follow the video, learn something, or be engaged, or be challenged, or be inspired. That is a skill. There is no way you're going to win in this century when you don't understand or master the art of communication. There are some of you, they put you in front of 10 people, you pray for the ground to open and swallow you because you cannot talk in public. I always say something very funny. Don't date a boy or a girl who cannot talk in public. They'll go and embarrass you somewhere. And you can know it. That's why it's called a skill. A skill means you can learn. Anything called a skill is learnable. You just need to pay the price and learn it. And this becomes different when you are in a certain job. When you are in a when you have a certain career, there are some careers that you take away 360-degree communication from that career. It's a dead career. You have nothing to show for. You'll be very talented but yet very broke. You'll be very skillful but yet nobody knows you. And no matter how good you are, no matter how talented you are, if nobody knows you are a talented poor person, because until they know you, they cannot hire you, they cannot pay you. The second skill that you need for destiny manifestation in this particular century. So what I'm talking about, a transferable skill, it means that it cuts across all core industries. But then in specific industries, you need to find your skill. The skill that a tech guy needs is not the same skill that an agri person needs when it comes to hard skill. The skill that a driver needs is not the same skill that a furniture expert needs when it comes to hard enabling skills. But what I'm talking about now are soft skills that cut across any industry. So number one, 360-degree communication skills. Number two is fluency of ideas. Fluency of ideas. This is a very important skill for you to succeed in your destiny. Fluency of ideas is the ability, it's a skill whereby you have the ability to convert your ideas into tangible products, into tangible projects that somebody can feel and touch, like what Julius has done. Okay, the idea, maybe he started one time and the idea was like, okay, you know what? Why not have a 3 days program where people can come and some speakers can talk to them? That was the idea. But the ability to convert that idea now into a project that somebody can see and understand, which he now calls the wake-up call, that is different. Many people don't have that. Some have it at a lower level, some have it at a medium level, some have it at a higher level. And the more you do it, the more you become good at it. So you need to make that. Many of you have many ideas, don't even know where to start. It's because you don't have the skill of fluency of ideas. Converting ideas, having a process, having a system, having a strategy, having tacticals that can convert ideas into significant projects, significant products and service that can serve somebody, that can challenge somebody, that can improve somebody's life to another level. The third destiny enabling skill that you need is mastering technology, knowledge, and tools. Mastering digital knowledge and tools. There is no way that you can separate the ability to succeed in this dispensation from digital knowledge and tools. You need to pay the price and acquire the right digital knowledge. You need to pay the price and understand how to use certain digital tools. See, there are some basic tools in 2022, right to 2030, 2040. If you don't know how to use those tools, you will struggle to win. I always say this. If you can hear me now, if you can use your phone, you can use your laptop, and you can use the internet, and you can hear me, whether you're in a small town, you're a small village, anywhere, you are part of a bigger system that will always exclude you from success. If you don't know how to adapt to that system, use that system to your advantage. And that is where the knowledge to use digital knowledge and tools comes in. Many of you are separated from your life-changing opportunities because you don't know how to use certain digital platforms and tools that can connect you to where these opportunities are happening. No matter how much you desire success, if you are not in the room, you are not in the platforms where opportunities are discussed, where you can plug yourself into opportunities, you will always be somebody who desires success but is never manifesting success. It is opportunities that enhance your success. Talent is equally distributed, but opportunities are not. And it is your responsibility to know what to do, how to do, and when to do it that can position you where opportunities can find you or where you can find opportunities. Stop giving flimsy excuses. Oh, I don't know what to do. Start knowing what to do, because nobody's going to come do that for you. Start attending programs like this, because through programs like this, you'll get to know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. That is your responsibility. Nobody can do that for you. Let me conclude. 9 points. I'm already in 9 points. I hope you get it. 9 points is divided to 3. There's something I call 3 assets to navigate change. 3 assets to navigate change. So the 9 points, and that's my last concluding word, is for you to rebrand yourself for a major success in 2022 and above, you need to master 3 assets that you can use to navigate change. Quickly, asset number 1, resilience asset. There's something called resilience asset. Really, resilience asset is anything you have that you can use to weather the storms. Anything you have that you can use when you feel like giving up, when things are not going, you're in your most difficult situation. What do you do that can bring you back, that can make you resilient, that can make you not to give up? That is your resilient asset. Right? Your resilient asset could be like, you know what, maybe you have a special account somewhere where you call it a reserves account. You just save money there in that account, not to use to buy anything, but just to keep it should in case you hit rock bottom someday and you need money to start rebuilding back up. That could be your resilient asset. Maybe you have a trusted friend that they can move heaven and earth for your sake to see that you come back to your feet. That is a resilient asset. Maybe you have this attitude of never giving up. Things will hit you, life will throw things at you, friends will backstab you, you will fail, you will lose your business, but you have this kind of strong attitude that everything is permitted to happen, but I am not permitted to give up. Despite you're going through difficulties, you still wake up every morning with a broad smile and you still try to go to the top. That is a resilient asset. Do you have a mentor that you can run to when things are hard? And he talks with you, she talks with you, advises you, gives you technical support, gives you recommendations where necessary. That is a resilient asset. Everybody needs resilient assets so they can navigate change. Number 2, restorative assets. Restorative assets provides you with the energy and the motivation to transform yourself when required. It can restore you. You can talk about friends, family, you can talk about having good health, fitness, right? These are resources and practices and places that will keep you vibrated, will keep you challenged and push you to become better. It's like, you have a place where you go and recharge your battery. That's what is called restorative asset. How do you recharge yourself? How do you recharge yourself? How do you restore your energy? Everybody needs restorative assets to keep thriving in this life. And the last point is reinvention asset. Without reinvention asset, you always remain the same. And there are 2 main things that drive your reinvention asset. Number 1, your network, and number 2, the kind of knowledge and skill that you possess. Show me somebody who has a bad network of friends. They will remain the same. They will regress in life. They will be stagnant. The kind of friends that you have, are they friends that challenge you? Are they value adding friends? Are they friends that push you forward? Are they friends that when you meet, you talk about ideas, you talk about impact, talk about how to make money, talk about how to dominate different countries? What kind of friends do you have? I would like to say this funny analysis, a personal opinion. If you are above 22 years old and your 5 closest friends cannot raise you 200,000 francs in 2 minutes 30 seconds when you are stranded, you have a problem with your network. I am not saying that friendship is driven by money. No, I am saying that there are some things you should not go through because of the quality of friends that you have around you. What kind of friends do you have around you? You are 22 and above, you have a problem of 10,000 francs, you have a problem of $10, $20. You will call 100 people in less 24 hours, 48 hours. Nobody can help you. Something is wrong somewhere. There are some things that you should not go through because of the kind of network that you have built, the kind of friendship that you have built, the kind of relationship that you have established. And for you to do that, you also need to be a person of value. What kind of value can your friends get from you? Stop looking at people who only be begging from. I need this, I need this. What do you give them? What can they benefit? What kind of value can they get from you? One thing that establishes strong friendship and relationship is exchange. Exchange of significant value. It could be recommendations, it could be endorsements, it could be financial support, it could be knowledge, it could be skill, it could be time, it could be resources. But whatever you have, you need a strong network of people of value around you that makes up your circle to always reinvent yourself. Do you have friends that can look and say, you know what, your business is struggling. I think you need to take your business to the next level. Okay, you know what, all of us are going to give you 5 million, 10 million francs to scale that business. You're stranded somewhere and you need just 100,000 francs. You call 2-3 friends, just one friend able to send you a bank alert or a mobile money transfer. Okay, get this done and you're good to go. You have friends that can make a phone call and a door opens for you. Let me tell you something. The quality of people you have in your circle plays a critical role in your journey of success. One thing that makes you, not one thing that commands your brand in a powerful way, are the kind of people that others see you with, whether you like it or not. And especially people that many people see you mostly with. That's why in your quarter, in your village, in your town right now, when they see you with somebody who smokes banga or somebody who takes drugs or somebody who's a thief, the first conclusion in your mind is, it don't start thief, it don't start smoke, right? That impression automatically is there and there's nothing you can do about it. Pay attention to your network. We spoke about skills and knowledge already. One of the best ways to reinvent yourself is consistently acquire new skills and new knowledge. That's one of the best ways to reinvent yourself. Learn something new. Do a new certification. Find a program and attend. You need to acquire the right knowledge to position yourself for opportunities. There's a program we have launched this year called African Marketplace Positioning. The main aim of those courses, I've designed 12 modules to teach people the things that they can do so they can position themselves in the African marketplace where they can find opportunities. Let me tell you, Africa has massive opportunities. There are some people that always have opportunity after opportunity. One of the things they've done is that they have mastered how to position themselves in the marketplace, whereby when any opportunity shows its head, it finds them first. It's not bribery, it's not corruption, it's not whatever, it's just the art of positioning. It's just the art of having the right people around you, part of your network. There are some things that when I see, and my guys in my closest circle, and they can take, I call him first. Hey man, check this out. Get it done. Get your company to get this done. That's positioning. Same as when they see something that I can take advantage of, they call me immediately. Hey man, something is happening here. Can you get it done? So those are 8 things I think. If you get it done this year intentionally, take action. Trust me, you're going to rebrand yourself and you're going to handle things you have never handled in your career. It is possible to make it. It is possible to power your dreams and take them forward. But let me tell you something. It is not going to happen in your comfort zone. It is not going to happen with the same thinking you had yesterday. It's not going to happen until you outperform your yesterday self. I know research says, for us speakers, we know in a training like this, only 15% get to practice what they hear. Many of you, you will hear like this, all the grammar I've been trying to teach with my Banso tongue and all of that, you hear and go remain the same. Nothing will change. You go live life the same way. And tomorrow, next year, they may see another wake-up call, you will say register. You are like a seminar prostitute, but no significant change is happening in your life. Refuse to be among the 85% who listen and go do nothing and remain the same because of laziness. They cannot discipline themselves to get the right things done. Motivation does not make successful people. Excitement and inspiration does not make successful people. Many of you, after that, you'll be very excited, very motivated, and very inspired. 2 hours later, it starts dying down. Motivation doesn't make success. It is discipline. It is discipline that makes great people. Discipline means that you get the right things done whether you feel like doing it or not. Discipline means that if 5 o'clock says get up from bed, shut up and get up from that bed, whether you feel like sleeping some more or not. What is required is get up. That is discipline. You would never build an incredible career from the place of comfort, from the place of doing things how you feel, from the place of motivation. It is from the place of discipline and doing what is required. So you get things done whether you feel like doing it or not. And until you come to that level of operations, you will always have a weaker brand that cannot compete with people that are good at excellently getting things done in the right way. I wish you the best. It's still a new year, a new canvas. Whatever you do with it is a responsibility. The grace for success have been released already, whether we like it or not. When the year starts, God releases the blessing for the seasons, grace for the seasons, whatever that you need to succeed. But it now comes down to your personal responsibility to do what is required for you to get what the year has to offer for you. Keep shining. I believe in every dream that you can make it happen until you play your part. Cheers.